Happy holidays, everybody! We upload on Tuesdays and Fridays, which means that today's video lands on a very important holiday here in the United States, which is Christmas. So to celebrate, we are going to go around the house and feed a bunch of our animals. We know that a lot of you love watching our animals eat, and we know that this video will probably get flagged and demonetized because YouTube doesn't like it when we feed our animals. But this is our Christmas gift to you. So enjoy, and we wish you a happy Christmas Kwanzaa. That should cover all of them, right? Let's start with this Woma. She loves to eat. We're gonna feed her kind of a smaller meal today, but she likes to eat so much that she will often take it straight from our hands. Oh, she sees it now. You know you want it. Are you gonna strike?
She gotta kiss it first.
Oh, she loves to kiss her food. There you go. Oh, we're so fierce. There's the wrap. I love this girl. We could probably just watch her eat in my hands, actually. Now let's feed the Cuban false chameleons. I'm just loving these lizards. They are so cool. And these are pigs too. We're feeding them Dubia roaches, and occasionally I'll give them canned snails since that's their native diet out in the wild. And they're already dusted with a little bit of calcium powder here, but what I've found is they're not the best at drinking. So in addition to dusting them, I spritz a little bit of water on the roach too. And then they eat and they become hydrated. Oh, tasty. And they're eating about every other day or so, like between 4 and 6 of these. So they stay pretty well fed. Here you go. That's the male. You can see he's got these long beard spikes. That's not what really tells us that he's a male. It's really the bulges at the base of his tail that do. What's cool about these guys is since they eat snails in the wild, they're used to kind of rolling around the food to mash up the shell of the snail before they eat it. I used to think that they would spit out the shell, but when we fed them snails not too long ago, they ate the shell too. So there goes that thought, I guess. Ooh, are you ready? Here's another. It's like they forget. Hey, that's not yours. Hang on. Here. Eat this one. There we go. Might have to feed her another one. Here, eat this. Not the tweezers. These again are the Cuban false chameleons. They are not a true species of chameleon because if you look at their toes, they don't have like the fused toes that make like mitten feet. They actually do have individual toes. She thinks I'm feeding her still. We used to think that they were chameleons because their eyes do move independently of one another, but then we saw the toes and some other body features and they are not true chameleons, hence the name false chameleon. They also don't have a projectile tongue, as you probably already noticed, so they are a species of anole. Now we're in the main snake room where we're going to feed a few of the critters up here. We're going to start with the legless lizards, and their food is actually just canned dog food, grain-free canned dog food, and I dust it with either calcium powder or vitamin, like ground vitamins. I switch back and forth. Then I have to be careful sneaking it in here with them because there's 2 legless lizards in here. One is a sweetheart, she goes to programs with me. The other one, not so much. So let's hope, oh, that's the not so friendly one. So I have to be kind of careful when I put this in. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. Then I have to sneak in their water too that I just changed. Oh, you're fine, you're fine. Fine, I'll put your water over. No, you're totally just gonna spill it over there. There's your water. Okay. Hey, sweetie, want to try your food? I'll just watch your boyfriend and make sure he doesn't get in the way. And I'm saying he and she, but I don't know for sure. Apparently females... Oh, there she goes. Females have kind of smaller heads on average. It's not a 100% sure way to sex them. You have to do a DNA test with a blood sample. But based on that suggestion, I'm thinking this one's a female, and I'm thinking that the other one is a male. But, I don't know. I have them together in hopes that maybe they breed, but they don't really breed in captivity, and I'm gonna put you back. Haha! I win! Now go eat your food. Let's do this tricolor hognose. Where are you? Usually I can see his belly underneath the bin, but I couldn't here. So he might be in the back. Where are you? Are you in the back? Is that why I couldn't see you? Oh, you're over there. Oh, you're in shed too. You might not actually eat. Hey, buddy. This guy's usually a great eater. He's usually a lot brighter than this too, so I'm sorry he's not as pretty as he usually is, but nice little tricolor hog. I have a female in another bin. We're hoping to breed them someday. And he is getting kind of a smaller meal today. Here, have a fuzzy. He's still gonna eat? Oh yeah, he's gonna eat. He has a good appetite. This little guy is kept on a mixture of cypress mulch and eco-earth. And within the bedding, I have a bunch of springtails, and they actually break down feces and sheds, so there's essentially no cleaning involved in his enclosure, which is awesome! Springtails are great. I talk about them probably too much on this channel, but I highly recommend them for anyone who has a tropical soil. Let's feed this black rat snake. Oh, you dipped your head in the water, and so I may as well drink the water that's on her face. This one has a huge appetite, just like your average rat snake does. Hi, you ready? Nope, not me. Really? She also has, or he also has really bad aim. Alright, let go. Let go. Let's let go. Please let go. Thank you. Let's try that again. Here. Eat this mouse. Yep, smell it. There you go. Jeez. They just have big appetites. This snake is also a very active and busy snake, so I filled up his, that's right, this one's a boy, filled up his enclosure with all sorts of plants and tubes, tunnels, things like that. There's a humidity box in back here for him. So he's just a little bit spoiled, but let's watch you eat. Look! Look at those cute little bite marks. I'm gonna go wash my hands while he's eating. Next, let's feed this bull snake. This girl is from our very first clutch. Where are you? There you are. She actually goes to programs, so she's pretty well behaved. I trust reaching in to grab her. Hi, sweetie. And as you can see, we do flip our caves over a lot. I find it works as a wonderful little like tray or bowl for them to eat in. Keeps it contained without them dragging it, for the most part, through their bedding. Here you go. Yeah. Sorry, this is going to be a small meal for you. We're actually out of jumbo mice, which is what she usually gets. But in the wild, you know, snakes will sometimes have big meals, sometimes have small meals. So it's a good idea, actually, to mix up the size of their food in captivity. And I guess she's not going to eat it in her cave. She's just going to eat it wherever she pleases. This one eats in front of crowds at programs. So she's very used to being moved around. And she's a bull snake, so she doesn't care. Here, well, fine. You just want to eat it like that? Then we can see you better. Bull snakes are very excited eaters. They don't waste any time whatsoever wolfing down their food. They'll squeeze it for a little bit, but after that, it's usually gone within a couple of minutes, especially if they line it up correctly. And they're like garbage disposals. She eats stillborn rabbits for me. She eats small rats. She eats jumbo mice. Just about anything I offer to her, she eats. That's the wonderful thing about bull snakes, is they will eat anything, anytime, anywhere. There we go, almost done. I know, it's a small meal. You're not going to be super happy with us, but that's all you're getting this week. Nope,
Bite
nope.
yourself.
Nope. Girl. And don't bite me, please. Nope, nope. Okay. We're just going to put her back in there since she's in food mode. That's why you don't hold your snakes when they are eating. I was doing it so you could see her better, but I knew that there were repercussions coming. Thankfully, I avoided a bite. So we'll just slide you back. And she's done. Now I think we need to do one of the most popular snakes on our channel, nearly headless Nick. Here's our little trooper. We haven't moved him downstairs yet because we just don't feel he's quite ready for the bigger Exoterra, and we'd like to monitor him a little bit more. But this is Nick, in case you haven't met him. He has no eyes because he was hit by a lawnmower, which shaved off one of his eyes, and the other one started to become enlarged. By the time we got him, it was like a big globe. So we had that other eye surgically removed instead of risking it rupturing and becoming infected. But he has this adorable little sideways tongue flick, and even though he has no eyes, he survives just fine, and he doesn't let that slow him down. The only trouble is he still will not eat food on his own. He won't actually take the initiative to open up his mouth and grab the mouse. So I still have to kind of open the mouth for him and then put the mouse in, and at that point he opens up and actually takes it down. So I'm hoping he's going to eat for you on camera today. He is on large pinkies. For Nick here, I have to hold him on both sides of his head, just kind of keep him steady here. And then I use the nose of the mouse to pry open his mouth. There we go. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have nostrils anymore, so I make sure that his glottis down here is not blocked so that he can still breathe, of course. Hardest part, though, is waiting for him to actually realize that this is food in his mouth. So instead of spitting it out, he starts eating. And that can take a few minutes sometimes, but he figures it out eventually. Oh, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. Now he's got it, finally. Took a little while today. You can do it, Nick. You got this. So even with the deformed jaw, he's still able to suck it down. It's just a matter of getting him to realize what's in his mouth is food. But once he figures that out, he takes it down right away. Good job, Nick! What a good boy. Yeah, push it down. Here, you can go in your cave. That's your cave. So again, we're keeping him in a smaller enclosure than we'd recommend for the size of garter snake. That's because he's blind, and it'll make him more likely to run into the water dish or find the warm end or find his humidity box, which he does use when he's preparing to shed. And we'll just have to eventually bite the bullet and move him into the other enclosure. We just don't think he's ready quite yet. So we're going to wait just a little bit more, but then he'll be living with another male. We just have to actually do it one of these days. So when that does happen, we'll definitely make a video about it to show you how they like each other. And now for a pet you don't often see on this channel. A lot of people ask why Ed and I don't have any normal pets, and really the term normal is subjective because we think our snakes are normal, but we don't have dogs or cats because I'm allergic to them. Not to the point where I'm gonna die by holding Spidey here, but enough so that we can't have them permanently in our house. So we borrowed Ed's parents' cat, Spidey, here so we can test out a new feeder given to us by WoPet. WoPet is an automatic food dispenser that can feed up to 4 scheduled meals a day, and there are 39 different portion sizes, so it actually can feed pretty much any size cat or dog that you have at home. On top of that, you can record a personalized message that will get delivered to your pet when it's feeding time.
Spidey, time for food.
Even though I don't have a cat or dog, I personally love automatic food dispensers because it limits how much your animal is able to eat, and therefore it prevents overweight animals. Plus, if you have a busy schedule, it'll feed your pet for you while you're gone. Well, I think he approves. Another cool thing is this is both battery powered and... oh, he's done. Well, apparently he's full. We've, I guess, been filming enough to fill him up and he no longer wants to eat. But he picked up on how to use this really quickly, and keep in mind, this is his first time at our house and first time using the feeder. So he did really well, and I think he likes it. So if you're interested in this feeder, I'll put a link to it in the description below. And now back to our normal pets. Next we'll feed the Legianus gecko. Here you go. And that's that.
So what are we feeding now?
I think it's time to feed some big snakes. So we are going to feed Ed's Reticulated Pythons. He's mostly dry. Let's see how this goes. Offended him. There we go. I just see this wide open mouth reaching out. By the way, since some of you were asking, this is the new enclosure that Ed was building during our previous reptile tour. We've got some nice Reptichip down here, and he seems to really like it. It's an awesome new enclosure. Good job, Ed.
Well, thank you.
Well, have fun, Murdoch. Next is Noodle, the other reticulated python. And as you can see, I'm using some pretty heavy-duty tongs, which I would highly recommend if you have big snakes at home. These are awesome. So Murdoch is up here, and then below him is Doug, the boa constrictor. He is jealous that we're not feeding him right now. This is the big female false water cobra who's not getting fed tonight. And down at the bottom is Noodle, our female reticulated python, or Eds I should say. And she's ready for food. She's poking her head out of her cave, which is just an upside-down litter box. They work great for caves, by the way. We're gonna try to get her in frame for you guys.
She's if you can stick it in front of her face a little bit.
Oh.
Well.
Well, she grabbed it. Ugh. I'm sorry you didn't get to see her strike on camera. I tried to lure her over here so she'd strike in front or in frame, but she struck way over there, so I just pulled her over, and now let's watch her eat. Now that Noodle, the retake, is done, it's finally Doug's turn, and he is ready. The only problem is I need to open this without him snapping at me. Lids are an amazing tool if you own big snakes. In case you don't know this already, all of Doug's food is sourced from rabbit breeders who have animals that die of natural causes. They send me the body frozen, and then I recycle it with Doug. So this rabbit was not killed to feed him. There you go. Let's go back in your enclosure, though. Nice strike. Good wrap, too. And we wiggle it, we make them really squeeze and flex those muscles. It's really the only time they do. There. You can see them all squished up against it. And finally, we're going to end with feeding Rex, our alligator. She's actually hiding behind her pool. I don't know if you can see the top of her scales or not, but she'll come forward here soon enough. What we've been doing with Rex is since lately she's picked up the habit of running at us and trying to climb up here when I come in the room, especially with food. We don't want that. So we're trying to curb the behavior by instead training her to stand on top of her cave in order to eat. And ever since we've been doing this training, the cave is actually her favorite place to lay down. I think she is starting to connect it with food. So today we're going to feed her some leftover meat that was given to us by a friend of ours. And our friend actually hunts for deer, and this is just a little bit of the unwanted meat left over. I think I hear Rex. Rex! Rex! Come here! And just like before, we do use her frisbee. Come here! Come on, Rex! Yeah, this is the food frisbee. Hi, sweetie. She does associate this frisbee with food, but now we're taking it one step further by having her go onto her cave. We'll see if she actually does it today, and this is all just calcium powdered up. Okay. Cave. That's what we're trying to curb. We just started this training a couple weeks ago. Rex, cave. 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 Good girl. you go. I'll give you the smaller pieces first. Cave! 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 Oh, you missed it. Come here. Good catch. Ready? Here's another little piece. Stay on the cave. Oh, well, that's okay. We have 2 big pieces left. My goodness, this is a huge meal, I'm just realizing. Okay, she's not gonna eat for like a week. This is a really big meal for her. Cave! Rex! Cave! 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 Good girl. Oh man, she sucked that down. Last piece, Rex. Nope, go back on your cave. Rex, cave! 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 No, monkey, sorry, you slipped. There you go. We're painting with it. Well, I'm gonna have to clean that after we're done filming here, but she looks quite satisfied. Are you full now? Oh, that's the look of a full, happy alligator when she starts laying down like that and doesn't even beg for more food. Oh, well, of course, she's gonna prove you wrong. No, that's all you're getting. You don't need more food than that. If I were you, I would... I think a little bit of it just came back up. Push it back down, Rex. You got this. There you go. Like I said, that was a big meal for her, so that's going to last her at least a week, probably around 8-ish days. And she knows. You going to go back into your pool? Oh my gosh. As you can see, she has all of her favorite things in that corner. She has her favorite toys. She collected them all and put them in her favorite basking spot. Well, we are going to end the video with Rex. Like I said earlier, oh, she's going to go into her pool. Maybe.
No, just around the back.
No, pool's too much work when your belly's that full. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's feeding many of our pets video. We didn't feed all of them because that would take far too long. So I hope you enjoyed the ones that we did feed today. And again, thank you for supporting our channel. I hope you liked this little holiday gift from us to you. And we'll see you next week.